Hey guys, it's Dane down here at ZIMM'S Guitars. Today is another customer showcase video. Come in here and take a look at this thing. Super cool, and it's a Fender. I got Glenn down here today. Glenn, what are we looking at?
We've got a 1974 Hardtail Strat. It's got
1974.
Yeah, it's nice. It's got maybe a few light little marks on it here and there. So I wouldn't say showroom quality, but it's collector to investment quality.
Let me spin it around this way.
There you go.
That, so we can take a good look at this thing. So this one's got the rosewood neck.
It does. Rosewood board on it, straight as an arrow. Yeah, look at those.
Look how pretty those frets are.
They're nice. This was set up by a luthier in LA. Luthier to the rock stars, actually.
What's his name?
You can go on my site. I forget the guy's name. But
okay.
I spoke with him before I purchased this guitar. It had sat in its case for years. And when I say years, I mean since the early 80s. You see it's got some light little marks here.
Oh, you could buff that.
I could. That'd buff out. One little, like an indentation there. Look at those knobs. Nice green color to them.
So, okay, so explain again why these turned green right here.
They used a bronze paint on those. They used a bronze paint, and just like bronze that you see out there, you go by a bronze statue sitting outside, you know, it's antique green looking. Well, the bronze pigment in the real bronze paint turns green. So it's really a cool thing. Of course, it's all original pickguard. You see the wide bevel. These pickup covers are just kind of almond out. They turn a nice almond color after a while. Low action, it's set up like a dream.
Imagine being a hardtail, a little easier to get these slammy action.
That could probably buff out, but you know, you got a few little light marks. No real buckle rash on it or anything like that. It's an incredible sounding.
The 3-bolt neck.
Yep. 3-bolt neck, 74.
In your opinion, why did the Fender people start putting those 3-bolt neck plates on there?
My best bet is I guess they were trying to save an extra screw. Who knows? And a 3-bolt neck's okay as long as your neck pocket's tight. And if you look at this neck pocket here and here, where that neck fits in, a 3-bolt neck's going to be fine as long as that neck pocket's tight. That's got a good neck pocket. When they're loose, they would move around, but that's if those screws weren't tight. And I got to be honest with you, I like a 3-bolt neck because if your strings aren't lined up perfectly on the neck, you got one screw, you just push down, tighten it up, and you can line that neck up. You ever play a guitar and this string is sitting way up here, and that one's sitting like that? Well, you could bend that neck, loosen it up, adjust that neck, and put them both in line. If you'll notice, this one's not had to do that. That neck pocket's tight as an arrow.
And then it also, you got that micro tilt function. Put it back upside down there for her.
And the micro tilt is right here.
So the Fender engineers just didn't want, let's save a screw. They had to come up with a reason why they wanted to do this.
Yeah, basically, it was an idea, I guess, to save screws. 4 bolts, let's go with 3. We have less drilling on the plate, and more effective or ease of use. Well, some people don't like the 3-bolt necks. I particularly one of those guys call me crazy. I don't mind them.
This hole right here is the micro tilt function.
Right, you loosen this, and you can adjust that with an Allen wrench, and that'll change the neck angle.
Did they, before the 70s, did they have the micro tilt function?
The early 60s they didn't. When they brought the micro tilt was right around 72, 70 if I'm not mistaken.
So they never had a micro tilt.
I forget which year it was.
Before they went with this 3-bolt neck was the first time they had that micro tilt.
I think you'll see some early 4 bolts that had it.
Okay. So maybe it was their way of innovating and
I know it is a 72 we could take a look at, right?
Yeah.
But the problem I see with the micro tilt is a lot of guys will use the micro tilt to get the action lower rather than adjust the saddles.
Yeah.
And it will work that way, but you're changing the angle of that neck. So now you might get some fretting out and buzzing, because as you bring that neck closer, the neck is here, you bring it closer to the strings, the neck is doing this.
Uh-huh.
Now you fret out on the bottom note. So you've got to be real careful in adjusting that and make sure you keep your neck angle right and don't use it to compensate for a bad setup. This one here, like I say, this action is normally higher than I keep them on my Strat, but the guy that set it up did an amazing job. This guitar sounds and plays incredibly well.
So because this is a hardtail,
No
you
tremolo.
don't have that big cavity cut out of there.
In the back, no, you don't.
And so what's your theory on sustain then?
I think it sustains better. I know it stays in tune better, and I'm not a big tremolo guy.
Right,
I
you
like the
don't even put the whammy bar in.
Very
most of
rarely
them.
on my Strat is that whammy bar plugged in. I'm not a big tremolo guy. The sustain on this, playability, and it just seems to stay in tune really well. A lot of guys like that tremolo. It's not a Strat if it doesn't have a tremolo, but to be honest with you, I like a good hardtail, and this is a good hardtail. These pickups sound absolutely incredible.
And these saddles, if they were to like name these, because I know these aren't the Fender stamped.
These are Fender saddles. These are 70s Fender saddles.
And are they called? Do they call those block saddles?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool guitar. I'm really lucky to get one in this condition.
All
Case.
original, single coil pickups.
Everything matches.
Staggered
like you say,
pole pieces.
One pot's been changed because it wore out on the guy.
So would you call these the?
Vintage frets? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the pole pieces in these pickups.
These are staggered.
Staggered.
If you look,
So
the
those
angle,
are kind of the vintage style.
see how these
they
are
would call
low and these two are higher and these are low. See,
Uh-huh.
they're staggered.
Oh, I see.
That's
So
what-
not just a random stagger.
Right. No, they're staggered. Lower, higher,
To
higher,
kind of match
higher,
the
lower,
neck
lower.
radius, the
Right.
string radius.
Match the radius.
Oh, I got you. So it's not just
Some
random.
people love them. Some people like the flat poles. I particularly have a 74 natural, and I put some flat poles in it for a while, and I kind of liked them. I've got a 75 that has flat poles. I really like it. This one here, plug it in, and you go, okay, I'll go with the staggered poles.
It's real dreamy
sounds,
sounding, huh?
it sounds great. Sounds great.
Now, we did a video a week or two ago, and we didn't play the guitar in the
Somebody
video.
crabbed, yeah.
A couple customers came in, and we were pretty much like, okay, we wrapped up.
But the question is, do they really want to hear us play?
I know, that's
Really,
the
you
problem.
know?
But we have to plug this thing in and hit a couple of notes, hit a couple of chords, just to give you guys a little bit of what it sounds like.
Yeah, we'll leave ourselves open to
Yeah,
music
we got a lot of shit
playability
the other
critics
day
next,
for
but
not
we'll do
plugging
it. What
that
the
in.
heck? You know, we got to be a martyr in one way or another. It's darned if you do and darned if you don't. So, okay, let's move forward and play this thing.
Right, right. I know how to play an A minor chord and the C major chord.
Jam it.
Yeah.
One pentatonic scale away from a solo, Bubba. No,
Okay,
I
so
gotta be
let's
honest
look
with
at
you.
the
Let's play it.
headstock. Big headstock.
Big headstock. Bullet truss rod. 2 string trees.
Uh-huh.
It's just a cool guitar.
And these are the F, there's the F's
Well,
on
those are standard F tuners of the day.
F tuners.
And even like these strap buttons, if you look at them, they're original. And look how oxidized the nickel is on both of them. It's all original. It sat in the case for decades. And I bought it off a guy out in L.A. And when I first looked at the guitar, I was like, okay, I'm good. It was a little dirtier than what I liked, but I knew she'd clean up well.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that ugly chick that you took to the prom.
Oh,
'cause
let's
you couldn't
not go
get a
there.
date.
Let's not go there.
And she said, yeah, and then she showed up and she was the bomb. And
I
you were
would
like,
rather
oh,
not
how
go.
lucky am I? Yeah,
That never happened
you'll
to
probably
me.
have that girl that you didn't ask to the prom calling
That
you
never
up.
happened to me.
She'll get you on Twitter.
I never got that lucky.
I usually get thrown out of the prom anyway for getting drunk. I don't know.
I didn't go to the prom. I was one of those kind of guys. It's like I don't belong here.
Yeah, but you know, I didn't fit in, but I went. It's like we gotta go.
Let's look at this nut here. Would you call that an
I
original
would
nut?
call that nut replaced.
Because it looks like it looks
That
deep.
nut
Like
looks
those,
new to me, and like I say, it sat in the case, and a fella set it up, so that just looks new to me.
uh-huh.
But I will tell you this much: when you play it, or I play it, and anybody plays it, the guy who set this up, and I can get his name off my website.
How much distance you got there if you were to like,
You know, I can't even see, but you know, you got more distance than I would have. I would have set it
Yeah.
low. But I'm going to tell you something. listen to this guitar and you're gonna go, the guy knew what he was doing.
Okay.
This guy sets up guitars for some of the biggest guys out there. And normally I would take a guitar in and set it up myself the way I like it.
What's the actual distance if you were to take a
Depends.
feeler gauge and stick in there?
It depends on what the player likes, how light of a touch. I don't go, but when I set one up, I'll talk to the player and see what they want and set it up that way. I don't like to say, oh, everything's got to be 1/16 here and 2/16 there. I mean, I've set guitars up 1 millimeter at the 17th fret. And that's low. You played a few of my guitars that are like that.
Right.
This one you'll notice is standard Strat setup.
But now, if you have a light gauge string, there's a
sit
lot
lower-
of
it's gonna sit lower in the
vibration in
nuts.
those light gauge strings.
Right,
so
but
they
it'll sit
vibrate a lot.
lower. It'll sit lower in the nuts, so you'll get a little bit less space there.
Okay.
It'll sit lower here because it's thinner, and you'll get a little less space there. And yes, you will not get a fatter string. Will give you a fatter tone. Stevie Ray Vaughan had a great tone because of his 13s. He also had an action that was like way up there.
But what I'm saying is a heavier string, you can put the string action a lot lower because the strings aren't wobbling
Not necessarily.
around.
Some of the best shredders out there are running 9s and even 8s, and they're low.
Yeah. So there's a fine line between.
I had Bruce Kulick's ESP, and I'm telling you what, that guitar was 1 millimeter off the 17th fret with 9s, and it was a speed demon. It sounded great. That was a quick guitar. This Strat,
I'm surprised Gene Simmons let him play light gauge strings.
I'm surprised Gene let anybody do anything
I
that
know
Gene
it.
didn't think of. But I'm not going to pick on Gene.
Gene bought a guitar from you, didn't he?
He did. And he also just recently backed a cause that I love, and I won't mention it because it's a family video. But Gene is Gene.
Yeah. What would the world
Very
be
successful
without
man.
Gene Simmons in the world?
Oh, that's a question I'm not going to field. It'll get back to Gene, and he'll call, and that'll be, oh, you don't want him on
No,
the
you
phone,
know
Matt.
what? I think it's a way better world
You know what,
knowing
Gene,
that we have Gene Simmons in the world.
Gene and the guys did some stuff, and I was there in the early days in New York. I mean, I used to hang at CBGB's and stuff, and I remember when they were starting out, who'd have thought? But look what they did, and that's what I say. For anybody that says, oh, they suck, they're not this, they're not that good, look what they did. Tell me, they made a lot of money, they fucking protected
They
their
did everything
families,
they
fed
could
their
do.
families. I get passionate about it when people go, oh, that guy sucked. Wait a minute, he's a guitar player that found a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and there's not
Right.
too many of them.
That's right.
They didn't get there. You know, it's not Hollywood. There was no couch involved. You know, they played, they worked, they figured it out. They set up a business. They ran it like a business. That's what adults are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for Gene.
I do too. Good guys.
Yep. I get off on when people rock Gene because you know what? He's Gene. He's Gene. I wish I could have done the things that he's done. Wish I had the money he's got. You know, who doesn't? Did he do things differently that you might not have done? I might have done
Well,
differently.
he dated
probably.
Cher. That would be a fun bucket list item, huh?
Oh, you know, I think.
I mean,
thought-
40 years ago.
I think the little woman he's got right now is
I don't know.
pretty good.
I don't know who that is, but... Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I do. Of course I do.
Yeah.
What's her name?
She finally talked him into marrying, but I won't go there. That Gene's thing, I don't get into
Yeah.
Gene's family. He doesn't like people.
Well, anyhow, let's plug this thing in. Let's see
Let's
what
do
this,
it.
instead of talking about Kiss. Okay?
Got it, buddy.
Here we go.
Hey, we'll play some Kiss.
Maybe so.
Good bottom, man. That's the neck pickup. She's just nice. You roll back the tone and
You could really hear that
yeah.
when you roll that tone back.
We go into the next position. Cracks a little bit.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it does. Here's the middle position. just quack.
The out of phase. Right.
Bottom position, of course, no tone running on the bottom position. This tone's for the neck, this tone is for the middle. No tone, I think the Strat.
And it's quiet too. I don't hear any. Very nice guitar.
I like
Is
it.
that thing for sale?
It is. GuitarBazaar.net. It is for sale. This is one of the ones that I'll hate it when it's gone, but I got this. You know?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta say goodbye to your guitars.
You know, it's like an old girlfriend.
Uh-oh, let's not go there.
The memories are good.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get some good memories out of it.
Yeah.
Glenn, thanks for bringing that thing in, brother.
No sweat, buddy.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Later up. Jangly good.
You need to sell this thing to me.
Yeah, we could do that.
You know what's really cool though? I play bass in this band. We're called the Whiskey Dogs. And believe it or not, we are going out to Los Angeles, California on June 23rd. We're playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Yeah, buddy.
We have a 9 o'clock time slot. We're going to drive 600 miles to play 6 songs. But
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
right past the Whiskey. It's a cool place to play. You know,
Yeah.
I remember back in the, well, it is kind of foggy, but I do remember something from back in.
Did you play back there?
I did. I played the Whiskey. I played the Troubadour.
What was your band called back in the day?
I had a band called Lasers that did really well.
Huh.
And played with a lot of the LA bands that were coming on. And I actually played with Wendy Williams.
Wow.
That, I'm not going to get into that. That was so scary.